The first Future of Work session is just over in New York City, and I'm with Valeria Maltoni.
Maltoni, yes.
And you were at the panel. And what was your kind of takeaway from the session?
Well, my main takeaway is that we're all working on the same question, which is how do we work more efficiently? How do we leverage technology? How do we leverage these tools now that are more prevalent in the workplace? And how do we make it easier for people to use technology to collaborate so they can be more efficient, so they can make innovation happen, they can do more with less, but also they can get to know each other, what they're capable of. So it's not happening across the board, but it's happening more and more in some organizations informally. You know, like the smartphone break is the new cigarette break. People go out and check Facebook or Twitter. And in some or other organizations, there is more of an effort to make this collaboration happen inside the walls, inside the environment. So, you know, whether tweaking the environment itself, the office space, or, you know, kind of allowing people to work more independently.
The meaning of workplace and workspace today has changed dramatically. We are in the second decade of the 21st century, and many of the workspaces as we know them were built in the 20th century. It's entirely different. Workspace today is no longer a place you go, it's a thing you do, as well as a space that is really your digital media space. Without technology, this wouldn't be happening and it wouldn't even be possible. But I think it's important for us to understand, at least if your objective is to build a workspace in these kinds of spaces, that there's an entirely different dimension, which is a digital space, that is actually the real workspace today. So the question for the physical environment is not just how you reprogram it and how you readapt it and you change it, but how do you create an environment that's really an extension of your digital space, not the other way around.
Too often I find that organizations are focused on all the peripheral activities. Oh, we could be collaborating, we could be finding one another, but we've lost sight of the fact that just learning from one another, listening to what each person says and being able to build on that knowledge so we can create something better than any of us can do alone is just too often left out of the conversation. Organizations are seen as these big monolithic things, and we just forget that organizations are people. Even organizationally, they're a set of agreements that people have between each other. It's like a metabolism, that there have to be inputs, there have to be outputs, they have to be healthy systems in order for them to flourish. And it's so easy to forget that when we talk about the brand or the building or the space or the client. It's not saying that those things aren't important, but they begin with the conversation. They begin with a connection between two people and then 4 people and 12. And then we can really start getting a lot of that wisdom and good stuff rising to the top, but it has to begin between people.